Hi, everybody. It's me. I wasn't planning on coming back on today. I just got done. I had to go to UPS and to the dry cleaners, and I had to get some rations at the store, running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But then when I get home, I see that 700 Marines are being sent to LA. And I just got to talk to you guys. Okay. We're going to take a deep dive on this. Before I start, I want to thank Brett Hillary Arnowitz. She sent me some books. Look at that, isn't that cute? Looks like my kids when they were young. Everything Changes, Including Me, bottle fed edition. As a baby, I would smile and cry. I didn't have words, so mommy had to guess why. That's cute. I got this. It took a while to get the books, but I got them. You have a tube. What? Chew your food well. Oh, a tube for the digestive tract. That's cute. Okay. Mine uh, is the first of a series of books called Tales of Two Cubans. Introduce Zanny and her half-brother Duke. They are members of the Havanese clan, a breed who originally immigrated to the U.S. in the 1800s from Cuba. My furry friend looks like it could be about a bunny. She's got a lot of cute little books here. Good size, well illustrated. Like Lyra and Louise, An Unlikely Friendship. She got the little chicken scratch press. That's cute. There's a lot of good illustrations. Anyway, thank you for the books. I'll share them with um, my family. We don't got too many youngins anymore like we used to. So I also want to tell you guys I was on Benny's show today, and he lives in Scotland. Such a nice person. So smart, has so many things, information I didn't have a clue. But I told him a story, and I want to tell you guys this real quick before we begin. I got woke up by Jack at 6:40 a.m. I woke up probably 4 a.m. How I know what the time is, I have shutters for my windows, and when I look out, if it's dark outside, there won't be any light coming in. So I go back to sleep. All of a sudden, Jack starts barking, and it's so unusual. He never barks that early in the morning, never. In fact, this may be the first time. And I was like, "What are you doing?" I sat up, well, Jack, kind of reprimanding him. What? Knock it off. What are you doing? The shutters are closed, so you know he couldn't see another dog outside. But what I noticed is he wasn't looking at me. He's looking at me in the bed, looking towards me, but he's looking up in the air behind me on the wall. And that was what? Whoa, is there a big old ass spider behind me? So I turn around and look, and I don't see nothing. I didn't feel anything. Usually, when there's ghostesses or something around, I'll feel it. But I looked and I looked up, and there was nothing. So I got up and I noticed the shutters. There was light, but it was more of an orangey glow. Like I thought, is there a fire going on outside? That is the school across the street on fire, and the orange glow is the fire. And when I opened the shade, it was kind of overcast, but it wasn't, should have been no reason for an orange glow. I gotta tell you, that was weird. Now, he gave me his opinion. Watch his show, you'll read his opinion. He almost thought it was an interdimensional being that I need to tell you, you need to go, don't bother me. But in all my life, that's the first time that's ever happened. I've never been, I've had a spirit slap me once sleeping at my parents' house. And remember, my parents were living in a ghostess's town. I could feel the slap and everything, woke me right up. But but I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. I didn't get a feeling of anticipation. It just part of me was like tripping, like when I kept looking up at the ceiling, seeing if I saw something. Was there something like a big, could have even been a spider, and he barked at it because it was moving. But I just wanted to give you FYI and tell you that story. So then now we find out that Trump is indeed sending 700 Marines to Los Angeles. And let me tell you, first hit I got, he did that to piss off uh, Gavin Newsom. He can't stand the fact that this guy will not go on bended knee and kiss the ring. He can't stand that. And there is some rough housing going on, but you know those cars that were on fire? I think they're automatic cars. There was three of them. Those were caused by three really young. They even said like teenager. So they're going to go through the problem that they did with George Floyd, with these people coming in deliberately starting trouble. Somebody on my X channel, who I follow, he saw the umbrella. He said, "Oh, here we go. If you see a black umbrella, they're part of a gang. So they'll try to start it. And what people need to do is if things start to happen, they need to get down on the ground and just sit and not go forward doing anything great. Now, listen, I just watched Nicole Wallace, and one of the four-star generals was on, and he said that the National Guard cannot arrest people or detain citizens. They can't do it. Now, I don't know what the Marines can do, but he is itching. Trump is itching for some sort of big outbreak. And then he'll claim that California can't take care of itself and they'll take over. But in the meantime, life goes on as usual in California. In that spot, there was a lot of commotion, but everywhere else, people were having picnics, doing their thing. So it's just, he just wants trouble, and he wants to try to teach Gavin Newsom a lesson. Gavin Newsom has filed a lawsuit as of this morning, and I need to do a deep dive and look at the future of what's going to happen. I'm going to put this on pause while I shuffle. Yesterday, I was reading with someone and I said that I felt blood on the sidewalks and I feel blood will be spilled. Like these young Marines coming in, they don't want to hurt fellow citizens. What this Trump regime is trying to do is like, they're keeping all these, look at all these Mexican flags and stuff. The president of Mexico is really pissed off too. And they are just determined to create such chaos and heartache. And this whole Marine thing is because he thinks he's big man on campus. Mr. Avoided the draft. Well, Mr. Bonespurs never served a day in his life and thinks he's king for a day. And the other one, Hedgehog, just terrible people. Excuse me for being so angry. Angel of light and mercy, what can I tell everybody? There will be blood. That's what I heard. Okay. So then what? Will he do the insurrection act? I'm feeling like he might try to or will. All this will be over. Okay. How? How will it be over? What is the outcome of Trump creating all this chaos? The outcome is is good. The outcome is success. God is looking out for us, you guys. Coming out of a period of restriction. This is the beginning of the end of Trump. Although I think he was ending before this. Um, when he was Trump 01, the first time in office, he wanted the military to come in and shoot at the George Floyd protesters. And excuse me, I think it was General Miley said, "You can't do that." And Trump was pissed off at him, and he said, "It's the law." He said, "Look at all these attorneys in here." And one of them was Bill Barr. And he said, ask them to tell you what the law is. But right now, he doesn't care. Also, he feels he has immunity. But the outcome is good. Because yesterday, I got to tell you something. When I heard that Russia was about ready to hit Ukraine with everything they got, I really started praying for Ukraine. And I just did a quick throw, and the cards were good. So I thought, okay. But Ukraine, they go underground. They were showing a picture of something exploding in Russia, and two people were in their apartment filming it. And the person who posted this said, "You notice how they're still standing in their apartment and they're filming this? They can't do that in Ukraine because they know the bombs are heading towards them. If it's Ukraine that's hitting Russia, the civilians are less worried because they know they're not after the civilians." Isn't that the truth? So, sure enough, you should see all the stuff Ukraine hit. Bada bing, bada boom. They were hitting left and right and left, but they hit the targets. They're hitting the right place. They had another spider web that hit some equipment at the railway station. And then I just saw, I don't know, I'll have to do intense look at this, but Israel, of all people, has given a whole bunch of their missiles and equipment to Ukraine. Where the hell did that come from? Now, Trump would have been mad about that. Of course, maybe they're just so mad at Trump. But boy, what a stupid, stupid mistake taking Greta. Boy, are they stupid. Dumb, dumb, dumb. And they just make themselves more hated. Don't forget, Netanyahu, I could be wrong, but my feeling is probably abducted or taken and put on the stand for crimes against humanity. I'm telling you right now. And did you see all the people marching in Israel with the pictures of the babies being killed on the Gaza Strip? So he doesn't you don't represent me, is what they're saying. So he's not a very good man, even though he gave all that equipment to Ukraine. Unless they put some sort of tracking device, I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw. So, but I wanted to come on. I'll read on Greta too. That is very surprising. Such good cards. Tell me about this Los Angeles. This Los Angeles. Is there more to come? Yeah. Oh gosh, you guys, I'm gonna have to look at this. Sorry. Somebody's saying armed for battle. I see civilians armed for battle. I don't think this is going to happen in California. It feels like they could hit the wrong place, maybe even in Texas. And people say, "Oh, hell no, get the hell out of here." Armed for battle. And did you see the LAPD? Now, Newsom was bragging about how they're good at this and all this. They showed a video of the LAPD taking down a demonstrator and using their horses to step all over him. What the heck? What's that about? Of course, this is on camera, so they're going to have to, whoever did that is going to be in trouble. And then they had a video of a group of the Proud Boys, or I like to call them the poor boys, poor, emotionally unfit boys, you know, groping a woman, a young girl, trying to get her in the car, but groping her. It's really sad. me see. Tell me about Trump in LA. Trump in LA. Ooh, fall from grace. That's going to be Trump. Disappointing results. Um, Concede defeat. Now, is that LA? I see LA kind of like, because I see Bass and Newsom saying, listen, don't let them get the best of you. Don't go cray cray. Stand down. He'd like for all of them to just go home for now. And don't give them anything that they can chew their bit on, because that's the truth. If anybody from LA, if you can hear me, just, and you have a right to protest, you do. But these people are cray cray and they would kill you and hurt you. There's going to be blood on the streets and the sidewalks. I saw it. I don't know if they're going to run them over or what. Or is this even Los Angeles I'm seeing? But there's going to be some big trouble. I just saw a herd of buffalo. That's weird. Like buffalo, like a herd of buffalo running through the streets. And when they got a focus to go, they're going. So, okay. One last one for LA, please. Sorry, I keep asking. I know you don't like it when I do that. Will LA find peace? And then they just had those fires. There's so many people that have lived there all their lives. The problem is they're not going down there getting the people that are criminals. If they were doing what they said they were going to do is one thing. They're going down there and taking innocent people. A woman that was vacationing, do not come to America, you guys, from Brazil was standing on the street with her daughter, and they took the mother into and left the daughter on the street from Brazil. Do not come to the USA. Tell me if LA will stand down. So I just heard yes. Okay, so when will that happen? It's gonna get a little worse. It could be 8 days. Um, they're gonna find out that there's frauds in there. People who are deliberately trying. See that Trump is labeling the LA protesters as insurrectionists. Whatever, dude. It's gonna be okay. I want you to know it's gonna be okay. Um, Governor Newsom is a Libra, October 10th. Now, I can't tell you, I was on Mel's show and we discussed it. I can't tell you I'm rah Newsom. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, which is no problem. But he was the first mayor to say you could have marriages. There was gay marriages. Everybody hated him. All the other rednecks hated him. But he didn't care. The more you goad him, the stronger he gets, which is kind of cool, which is kind of what America needs. But I also had a problem with him okaying all this, all the PG&E. They created all that fire damage and they paid these big things. And then they said, well, now we got to hit the customer and have the customer. Oh my God. So we're paying their bills. And he okayed it. It's like, okay. It's like, who's giving money in your pocket? And then what was the other thing he did that pissed me off? Oh, insurance, car insurance, house insurance, through the roof. It's so expensive to live here. Yeah, we may be the fourth biggest, largest economy, but it's just sickening. So, but I got the weird feeling. I can't tell you I'm 100%, hey, let's go, Governor Newsom, but and then his wife too. We were supposed to have a big event in San Francisco, And like Apple or Microsoft, big money for San Francisco. They usually rent this huge space. His wife had made some arrangements with Hollywood because she's always has been Hollywood for some people to come for an event she did. So they had to cancel the people that normally had taken that spot. And that was just, but they're never going to be perfect, are they? They're never going to be perfect. So, I don't know, you guys. Somebody on the news said, they may have just handed Newsom the presidency because I think his fight with Trump, he won't let it go. Between the two of them, he won't let it go. And he's an orator. He's very good on his feet, very good with the words. Remember when he was out there with the big fires that California had, and Governor Brown was there, and he said, Trump was, you got to sweep, you need to sweep the floors, sweep the ground. They were looking at each other. He's such an embarrassment. He did not get in. He did not. He is not a formal president. He's not. He did not win. It was stolen election. It was a stolen election, and that is being proven day by day. Just like with that sniper thing, that was a whole setup. That was a setup. And don't forget when this alleged bullet, it hit that glass thing and broke it, one of the monitors. And what actually, they say what hit his ear was a little tiny fragment of glass. Other people are saying different. But the front row had these sheriffs there. And every sheriff on the front row got hurt from the shattered glass. So I'm telling you, all this will be proven. But he's in his vile viciousness and wanting, and I've had times in my life I've been so angry at somebody, I bent over backwards to prove my point or try to destroy them in some sort of way. But it'll always catch up with you. You think you're getting away with something, but you're not. So I think that he's going to be found out. I just don't see Trump lasting even until midterms. I really don't. And Netanyahu's getting ready to go. Greta, let's look at Greta. Tell me about sweet Greta. And did you see some diplomat in China came on and talked to the world? And she said, if Israel touches one hair on one of our diplomats, it might be even a Chinese diplomat on that boat. She said, we will destroy Jerusalem. We will take it out. Ooh, hell to the yes. Yeah, but I don't want the people who are good people to be hurt. There's good people there. It's just this, and they know this awful what this guy is doing. Okay, let's look at Greta. Oh, they're going to talk about this. They're going to taking him into Israel, and they'll send him out. Yeah, this internationally is very offensive. Internationally, it's very offensive, and they took what the packages that they brought, like formula and stuff, they took it, they absconded it. But they almost acted like, yeah, don't worry, we'll give it to them. No, they won't. There's a whole bunch of people involved with this. Coming out of a heartbreak. They're not going to like it. Justice will be served, you guys. So don't worry, the world is watching. Okay? Okay, this is weird. Could this group of people even set this up so they could be captured, so they could create an international incident? Because remember, she made a video because she knew they were watching. And she said, if the minute they start to come get us, post this video. And then she said, if you're watching this video, we've been kidnapped. So good news is coming. Good news is coming. Netanyahu's going, but listen, somebody wrote me, and I'll be honest with you, I poo-pooed it a little bit. No, not really poo-poo, you know what I'm saying. And my grandkids would want me to specify. I I kind of thought, nah, because somebody thought that perhaps the president of China, the great emperor, whatever his name is dead. People, rumor is that he's dead. I was talking to Mel this morning, and I'm going to tell you, I kind of looked at it closely. Apparently, his signature is different, but he had a stroke. They can confirm that. If he had a stroke, your signature can change. And I think he's disabled a little bit. So they try to keep him in the background because nobody will come out and represent him. It's always somebody else. Like the United States is talking to the diplomats from China, making some sort of negotiation with the tariff wars. But of course, he's not coming. But Trump said he was on the phone with him an hour and a half. I bet you it was somebody else. That guy doesn't know what time of day it is. He probably dreamt that he met with him. So I'm not going to be long on here. I just wanted to tell you what the outcome. Let's see if there's anything I need to tell you that's coming up next. Is there anything, Angel of Light and Mercy, you need me to tell everybody? God is with us. Know that this too shall pass. They always say that to me. We are here. I'm almost seeing like this cool wind going over the crowds of people. But there's people who want to do damage. There's people who want this chaos. But there's more people that I just see them begging people to stay home. But there's people who want to do damage that will come into a fight, that will create a fight. I even see guns. I even hear guns. So probably behind closed doors, could even be the alleged Proud Boys pretending like they're a protester. It feels like a setup. It feels like a setup. But he's not going to be, he can call the Insurrection Act, but I see, here's the problem. The Supreme Court gave him carte blanche. So he's going to say, remember that movie with Mel Gibson, one of the movies he did, he said international diplomacy or something, that he did, you can't arrest him because he has the passcode. He's got the what? No, he's about something's going to happen with Trump. I'm telling you. I don't know what it is. I don't know when it is. But I feel this is way too much. He bit off more than he can chew. And America's not going to like the looks of it. It's very unbecoming. It's almost like I see some stuff happening on live TV that people are like turning like, we can't, that George Floyd was bad, but this feels like it could even get a little worse, but it's not necessarily. Ooh. Remember I told you that when they take Medicaid and they start doing a lot of stuff, I hear a lot of people saying, what do I have to lose? That's what I'm hearing. People, maybe even people that don't want to go back to Mexico or El Salvador, they're saying, what do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? And then they really go in for the fight. Wow, this is something. It's coming up soon. They want me to tell you, even within the next day or two. But sending in the National Guard, they can't do anything. They can't arrest, they can't detain. Even the crowd right now I've seen is a little bit less, which is good. You know what I also feel with that parade he's doing for himself? I'm seeing bad weather. Ooh, I'll have to look at that more closely. I know I don't remember what I'm doing tomorrow, but I'm doing something. I'll be on with you guys. We'll be talking shop. I love you all. Thank you so much for coming on board and checking out this video. Thank you.